Thank you very much. Please take your seats. Good morning once again. My name is Flavia Carolina Wagabe. I'm the chairperson of the Women League of the National Unity Platform, also the Kasanda District Woman MP. I welcome all of you to this presser for the Women League that is going to be held this morning. We usually have these pressers, and why we say that they are for the Women League, we know that the information we disseminate is not only for the women. The information we disseminate is for everyone. It is for the Women League because it is led by the women of the National Unity Platform, voicing their concerns on various issues that usually we see and find suitable to talk about at the time. We invite everyone to be part of us, both men and women, but the microphones and the special platform is given to women. That's why it's the press conference by NUP Women League. So olunaku lwaleero njagala ffenna twekubireko mu ngalo abakyala abazze wano. Abakyala kunga! Kunga abakyala kunga! Mbadde ngamba abantu tutera okubeera ne press conferences zino ez'abakyala, naye nga mumanyi bulungi Women League egatta abakyala mu gundi zonna mu ttuluba ery'enjawulo. Abakyala okuva mu PWDs, abakyala okuva mu institutions, abakyala okuva mu bavubuka, n'abakyala okuva mu bakyala abakulu oba bannakazadde baki b'eggwanga. Newankubadde tubeera ne pressers zino nga z'abakyala, tekitegeeza nti obubaka bwe tuba tugenda okwogerako bubeera bw'abakyala bokka, wabula ziba zikulemberwamu bakyala, era buli muntu akwata omuzindaalo guno abeera mukyala, nga twogera ku nsonga eziruma abantu mu ggwanga, si bakyala bokka, si bakazi bokka, wabula buli muntu, abasajja, abaana, abakyala, abaami, abavubuka, naye nga eddoboozi eryogera ku nsonga ezo libeera ddoboozi lyaki? Ly'abakyala oba ly'abakazi nga be boogera ku nsonga ezo. So mwenna tuba tubaaniriza okutwegattako, naye tusanyuka nnyo okulaba nga tulina abakyala bangi nga be boogera ku nsonga zino era nga be baliwo. Era guno omuzindaalo eva tuguwa abakyala bokka mu press conferences zino, okuggyako nga waliwo omwami ow'enjawulo ennyo atwegasseeko, nga kubanga nabo tukola nabo, abo nabo tusobola okubawa omuzindaalo once in a while okujja okwogerako ku nsonga ez'enjawulo. So you're all welcome. I want to welcome the different media houses that are here with us. Thank you very much for coming, and apologies for starting a bit late. Today we have, and I want to recognize the number of people that are here with us before I start the issues that you are going to dissect in this presser this morning. I want to first of all welcome and recognize the presence of our two deputy presidents, the women that we have, Honorable Lina Zedriga Waru Mamalina, the deputy president of Northern Region. Thank you very much. And then we have Mama Jolie Tukamshava, the Jacqueline Jolie, the deputy president of Western Region. As women, we are extremely delighted that we have two of the wing of the president, women, and we know that you can easily champion our causes there in the office directly. I also want to welcome the members of parliament that have joined us this morning. Honorable Brenda Nabukenya, Luwero District Woman MP, thank you for coming. Honorable Teddy Namboze, PG District Woman MP, thank you for coming. Honorable Joan Namtawe, Masaka District Woman MP, thank you very much for coming. Honorable Christine Kayana Chimwero, Chivoga District Woman MP, thank you for coming. I think those are the members of parliament that are here present with us. Thank you very much for coming. I also want to recognize the presence of our Deputy Secretary for Women, Central Region, Rahma Luoa Juma. Thank you so much for coming and being part of us. The other deputies haven't yet arrived. I know two are not with us, are not in the country currently. I also want to welcome the presence of the Deputy Secretaries for the Youth, Institutions for the Youth, Eastern Region, Natalie Maria Ledokoska, thank you for coming. Central Region, Namchava Sylvia, thank you for coming. Are there any NEC members around that I have forgotten? Oh, yes. Harriet Ageno, thank you for joining us. Is our policy and research analyst for the party. Thank you very much. Then, wait, sir. Sarah, admin, I don't see her, but we welcome Sarah. I know she's somewhere, our admin. And then I welcome the various councillors that we have here present. I can't say LC3, I can't say LC5, but we have a number of councillors from different regions here. All the councillors, can you please stand up? Okay, for all the councillors that have joined us, thank you for coming. Okay, yes, the KCCS speaker hid herself. That's why I was not seeing her. We also want to welcome the KCCS speaker, Right Honorable Zahara Lunika. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today. And the various teams that are all here present. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I also know that we have a number of contenders for different positions in the country that are women that are here with us. Please stand up for recognition. The new ones, not the incumbents, the new ones. I'm talking about the new ones. Jobalin seat, you're not new, you're ready. She's a councillor. She's Jobalin, you're coming. Hey, okay, so these are all the different women contenders that we have. Abesindio mbifebi enjawulo. Leero sigenda bagamba kubyogera abantu ino omusomo ogw'abakyala abesimbyewo ku kibiina kyaffe kya NU. Bwe tunaabayita mu musomo ogwo bajja kwogera ebifo byabwe byonna bonna gye bali. But thank you very much, ladies, for being bold and brave. We encourage you. We know races usually are not easy, but muvumiriye tujja kuwangula fina. And thank you for choosing the National Unity Platform as the vehicle in which you want to go into politics. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have 3 items on our agenda that we want to talk about that have become items of critical importance to us in this country. The very first issue is we all know that recently UNEP just released the PLE results and the UCE results for both P7 and for both Senior 4. Those are the results that have been released. And I am sure that while we have a number of parents that are extremely delighted and excited to receive these results, and are also very happy that finally their children were able to complete two certain levels of education, we also know that there are a number of challenges therein. We congratulate all the students from both primary and O-level that excelled. We appreciate all the parents that have provided school fees up to that point. We appreciate all the support of the teachers that make it possible for students and parents to all attain their dreams. We also appreciate the country for making it possible for these young people to attain an education. However, we have challenges therein in the current results that have just been released and in the education system that have a number of gaps lingering that we need to look at and to highlight in this press conference. And we are going to be highlighting those, majorly the key issues of the over 6,000 students from PLE that have been unaccounted for by the government. They failed and they sat exams, failed, but we don't know the future for them from the government. We have so many unanswered promises and unfulfilled promises from the Ministry of Education to support women and girls, especially in completing their education. Because the statistics shows that we have more girls enrolling at the primary level and at the UCE level, but the few that sit and complete this are very minimum, as I'll be giving you the statistics. We had a promise of support of sanitary pads from the Minister of Education for all the women, for all the girls that are in schools to be able to complete their education. Up to now, we are still looking forward to the fulfillment of this promise. It has never been fulfilled and neither has it ever been started. Thereby, we have a number of young girls that are still dropping out of school due to this issue. Currently in UCE, we have a conundrum of the new curriculum. The new curriculum that has caused chaos for the entire country. For not only the students and the teachers, even the technical staff in the Ministry of Education, even the National Council for Higher Education, but also for parents and even certain leaders, including members of parliament, like you saw it the other day. As a country, we usually venture into things without first having planned efficiently for the country. For example, when you release a curriculum, a new curriculum for O-level, we are expecting that by the time you would also have released a curriculum, a new curriculum for A-level, because it's a process. When we have students of UCE completing their education in the new curriculum like we do now, within 2 weeks, we are expecting A-level students to start. But in the 2 weeks' time, as a country, we are not yet ready with a new curriculum for A-level. We do not have a new curriculum for A-level, and a new curriculum takes time to understand. It takes time to be appreciated. It takes time for people to know, the different stakeholders to know what to do in there. But as we speak, teachers of A-level have not yet been trained in the new curriculum, so they don't even know how they are supposed to teach the students that are going to join in S5. As we speak, we still have teachers and students and parents still grappling with the old curriculum, with people who got so confused by the results that were released. The grading and reporting totally changed, and the Ministry of Education and the government did not provide enough sensitization to everyone, especially the different key stakeholders, to understand this new grading. We have parents who are excited that their students pass when they actually fail because they don't know what's within the new curriculum. We have so many students that still failed, over 1,000 students of the 9,000, of the approximately 9,000 students that were able to sit for A-level under the old curriculum, because for O-level under the old curriculum failed, because the UCE did two curriculums this time, the old curriculum and the new curriculum. But over 1,000 have failed in the old curriculum. The Ministry of Education has communicated clearly that they do not have space for them in A-level and in O-level in case they want to repeat. So that means that we have a gap there of over 1,600 students who failed, who did not get UCE certificates, and we don't even know where they are going to be and where they are going to be consumed as a country. Where are we living the future of this country? We have over 350 students that sat for the new curriculum, but of these, we have several that failed. By the nature of the grading this time round, it's very difficult for someone to tell that they failed, except when you really know what's in the grading system. This is when we call upon the Ministry of Education to come up with clear measures and strategies on how they are going to sensitize both parents, teachers, and students, and policymakers, lawmakers as well, to know how they can better advise their students or their children on what to take forward as a country and in their A-levels. This issue is going to be further spoken about by some people, so I have just given an overview of it. The second issue we are going to deal with is the issue of the Supreme Court ruling versus the General Court Martial response. We are very aware that the Supreme Court ruled that the General Court Martial, first and foremost, is null and void, and with immediate effect should stop holding civilians and should stop trying civilians. But as we speak, we still have a number of NUP supporters, we still have a number of civilians, including Dr. Kiza Besigye, in their custody. Even when we have spoken and we have called out and we have cautioned the General Court Martial to release them and to transfer their cases as was ordered by the Supreme Court, all these cries have paid no heed. No one has listened. The response is extremely slow. They are taking their time in releasing the political prisoners. So this is when we come up as women of Uganda, as women of NUP, to add our voices to the voices of so many mothers out there, so many wives out there, so many parents, so many people whose loved ones have been incarcerated in the General Court Martial and they are still being held over there. We know very well that this is illegal and they need to be released immediately. And finally, we are going to talk about the voter registration exercise. We are aware that the voter registration exercise ends today, the 17th of February. The extension that was made by the Electoral Commission, Independent Electoral Commission, ends today. But in there we have a number of challenges. We have so many people that haven't yet registered. Why? Because of the technicalities therein. One sub-county is provided for with only one electoral kit. One camera, one kit that is supposed to be able to collect the data and information for everyone. Now, if you go to a sub-county like Karwana in my district in Kasana, which has 8 parishes, 8 parishes with a population of over 10,000 voters, that means that very many people are going to be left out because this one kit cannot support all the 8 parishes at a go. The programs are not clear for when people should be able to register and to check their names in the registers. People are always chasing after these electoral officers because they don't even know where they are within the sub-county. We still have the issues of the PSOs and the GSOs who were unable to get out of the Electoral Commission process exercise, even when Parliament demanded clearly that these are intimidating and leading to so many young people failing to register to vote. These are all some of the challenges we still have. We know that as women, women's voices and women's votes matter the most and count the most. We have 52% of Uganda's population, and that means 52% of Uganda, if as all women we are all mobilized, would be an election and a force to reckon with in any election. But so many voices are being left out and uncaptured because of this process. Our demands are very clear that even though that this exercise was extended to today, it should still be extended because we still have so many other people that have not yet been able to register, so many new people that haven't registered, and so many others that have not yet checked their information. We have so many people who have been scrapped off the voter register. For example, in Parliament, we have our own Honorable Sarah Penny, who confessed she has been voting 4 times in a row. But this time when she went to check, she was scrapped off the voter register with her sisters all. And this is just a case of so many other people. So that means that we have so many other special cases like this out there that need to be considered. So those are some of the issues we are going to highlight. Of course, we know that the special interest group votes are around the corner. June, we shall be going into special interest group elections. But when we are saying special interest group elections, we have a particular category of special interest group that has been left behind by the Electoral Commission. Those are the women. They have positioned to have elections for the youth. They have positioned to have elections for the persons with disabilities and the workers and elderly. But there are no women in those elections. As women, when did we get off the block of special interest groups? How can there be elections held when 52% of Uganda's population is not holding council elections. For years in a row now, 6 and over, we've had no women councils operating. The women councils that are functional currently are null and void because their tenure ended years back. We have some women council leaders who even died. They passed on, but villages have not been able to replace them because no women council elections have been held for over years. With an excuse of having no money. Okay, now that they were giving us an excuse of having no money, currently they have money for youth, for persons with disabilities, for the elderly, for workers, but no money for women. Where is the women's vote? Where is the money for the women council elections? So we need the Electoral Commission to also be able to highlight and respond to that question, because you cannot have everyone voting for their leaders of their preference without women having their voices represented. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the key issues we are going to highlight in this press conference today. And I want to call upon the following people to come and start dissecting in brief some of those issues that we are going to look at. Futi tulina ensonga enkulu ezituleese wano ng'abakyala, ensonga nnya. Ensonga esookera ddala tutudde wano ng'abakyala ba National Unity Platform okwongera okugatta amaloboozi gaffe ku maloboozi g'abantu abalala bonna, abazadde, abaana, abasomesa n'abatuuze, buli muntu ali concerned oba omuntu gwebikwatako, naddala ng'ebibuuzo bya PLE n'ebibuuzo bya UCE nga bikoze eki, bitongozeddwa oba biweereddwa abaana. Ebibuuzo bino bikulu kubanga omwana asoma emyaka 7 ng'alinze okumanya engeri gy'agenda okukola ku ddaala n'okumanya eddaala ly'agenda okuddako. N'ebibuuzo bino okuva lwe baabita okuva Ministry of Education we yabyanjulira abazadde, yalemererwa okutubuulira abaana okusoba abaana 6 abatakola bulungi era abatasobola kutuula olw'ebibuuzo bino. Bagenda kuzzaako ki? Bwe twogerera bali mu bbanga kubanga tebamanyi kyakukola. Ng'eggwanga tuwa abaana baffe gavumenti okuyita mu sisitimu eyo basobole okubeera nga balina kye babagattako. Buli mwana abeera mwana era eddoboozi lye n'ebibuuzo bye bibeera bikulu ku lw'abazadde ababa bamuweeredde emyaka 7 kuba PLE. Naye abaana abo paka kati Ministry of Education tennatubuulira bagenda bategekera ki era babakolera ki. Ebibuuzo bya UCE ebya O-level abatudde siniya ey'okuna byafulumye nabyo, ebibuuzo ne byeyongera. Abaana basigaza weeks 2 zokka okugenda mu siniya ey'okutaano. Mu weeks 2 zino ezisigaddewo tumanyi bulungi nti abaana abatuula ebigezo ebya curriculum empya eyateekebwawo NCDSC, National Council for Development Curriculum. Mu curriculum eno empya yatongozeddwa mulimu ebituli bingi era mulimu ebibuuzo bingi. Buli muzadde, abasomesa, abaana n'abakulembeze ab'enjawulo including n'abamu ku babaka ba Parliament abatabitegeera. Kulwaki? Kubanga ng'eggwanga twapapa okulollinga out curriculum naye ne tutatwa ate ekitandibadde kizibu senga twatwala obuvunaanyizibwa okusomesa abantu ab'enjawulo abavunaanyizibwako biki ebigenda okubeera mu curriculum empya, grading gye bakyusizza oba ebibuuzo engeri gye babisaze kubanga byakyuse. Si bye bino ebya D1 bye tubadde tumanyidde D1, D2, F9 naye kati birimu ABCDE ate nga nowa EEE naye akulaga nti yafunye result ki? Emu. Nowa ki naye akulaga yafunye, nowa AA naye yafunye result emu. Birese abazadde n'abaana n'abasomesa n'abakulembeze ab'enjawulo ku mitendera egy'enjawulo nga beebuuza bitegeeza ki? Omwana eyayise afaanana atya n'eyagudde afaanana atya? Twagala gavumenti eveeyo eyongere okunnyonnyola ku grading eno gye bakoze n'ebiki ebiri mu curriculum empya ne results bazifunye batya basabukulule omwana aba afunye A aba afunye max ki mu lulimi olwanguwa ku muzadde eyasomesa omwana we yawaayo fees nga ayagala kubuka nti omwana wange yafunye kaki kamu kati omugamba yafunye kiki ekiri mu eyo omwana ayagala okusoma obusawo omuzadde amulagirira atya era amugaidinga atya okumugamba engeri gye wafunye D1 wano ne D2 wano ne oba ne D1 mu physics chemistry oba ne math osobola okukola ebyo tebirabika kati abazadde tebasobola biraba tubasomese bamanye ekyokukola bamanye n'engeri gye basobola okuwa amagezi abaana baabwe abeeyongerayo ku mutendero gw'enjawulo ekyo kimu ekyokubiri abaana bagenda atandika ebibuuzo mu weeks 2 abakoze curriculum empya mu A-level mu senior ey'okutaano balina okuba nga bakola curriculum empya kubanga bagenda atambuza curriculum 2 empya neki n'enkadde naye curriculum eno empya we twogerera kati weeks ziwulayo meka tenatuuka mu A-level abazadde abasomesa nabo basomeddwa bagenda kusomesa ki bw'obanga omwana ogenda musindika okusomera mu weeks 2 okuyiga curriculum empya by now alina okuba nga omusomesa n'omuzadde bombi bamanyi ekigenda okusomesebwa abaana baabwe naye abasomesa beetaaga okutrainingibwa kitwala process mpanvu kubanga ffe ng'abasomesa tumanyi nti ebintu ebimu bizibuwala olaba mu O-level paka kati abasomesa abamu tebanatuuka ku acceptance stage basindike basooka ne babikayaniramu ne babigaana ne batya ne bakola ki naye okusomesa ne kubayambako okusomesa abaana baffe naye kati tubaweereza abaana abeeteeseteese wansi naye nga waggulu gye bagenda teri gezi ekyokusatu era ekisembayo abaana abakoze curriculum enkadde ku O-level abamu ku bo abagudde abaana 1,600 kubatuula ebibuuzo kubana kenda abatuula ebibuuzo abakola saaba register nga kyanjawulo okwewandiisa okola ebibuuzo n'okutuula ebibuuzo bikola ki byawukana kubana akenda abatuula ebibuuzo abaana 1,600 bagwa 1,600 ministry y'ebyenjigiriza yavuddeyo netugamba ti tebagenda kuddamu era tebalina we bagenda batuuza omwana yandyagadde okweyongerayo ku mutendera ya A-level ng'eggwanga tumuteekedde ki kitegeeza nti tulina abaana betugenda okugrooming betutendese ng'eggwanga bagenda okubeera bakireebeesi tulina abaana abatamanyiddwa wawe banaagenda era tulina abaana future zaabwe nga zikomyawo nga tuzitiddeawo kuba nti tugenda bawa mukisa gwakwerongoosa oba gwakuddamu kwetereeza twetaaga okupulaningira abaana abo tuvuddeyo ng'abakyala bano okusaba gavumenti n'okugigamba nti bafune wawe banyiga abaana bano babafunire ekyokukolera kubanga kigenda kuba kiswaza nnyo kimenya n'emitima gy'abazadde okulaba nga tebalina kye bakoze ensonga ey'okubiri gye tugenda okwogerako eya Supreme Court ruling ne General Court Martial okuta buli musibe gwe balina gwe bawozesa mu kooti z'amagye ezo ensonga bagenda kwogera ozimenyaamenya naye nga ekisinga okunakuwaza essaawa zino tutulina abantu baffe abali mu court martial aba NUP abakwatibwa ne basibibwa nga bawozesebwa eyo mu butali butuufu nga kwotadde ne Dr. Kiza Besigye ne munne Dr. Obed wetwogerera kati abo bateekeddwa okuba nga bateebwa okuggibwa mu General Court Martial naye Kiza Besigye twamulabye nga bwafaanana twagala gavumenti eyagala kuddamu kuleeta wano nsonga za Ssegirinya kuttira bantu baffe ab'omugaso ab'omuwendo mu makomera nga baganye n'okubata newankubadde nga Supreme Court naye ekoze eki egambye nti bateebwe wano wetubirayo ng'abakyala ne tugamba ti bonna bateebwe. Free all political. Ensonga eyokusatu gye tugenda okwogerako y'ensonga egenda okubeera ku voter registration. Titumanyi nti essaawa zino abantu bali mu kwewandiisa nga bategekera akalulu akajja mu kulonda. Naye newankubadde Electoral Commission yayongezaayo ng'okulonda okwo okwewandiisa kuggwa leero. Era tubakubira omulanga bongereyo kubanga babadde n'ebibasoomooza bingi ebiremesezza abantu baffe okwewandiisa mu budde. Okugeza buli gombolola baliwa ebikozesebwa kit emu yokka eya Electoral Commission. Naye nga omuntu nga kati example y'e Kasanda, omuntu ali mu ggombolola ly'e Kalwana, agamu ku magombolola amanene ennyo mu Kasanda, omuli emiruka 8, omuwadde kiti emu yokka gy'ateekeddwa okutambuza mu ggombolola lyonna eryo, omuli over omutwalo gw'abantu balamba abalonda. Abantu abo, omukyala ali mu katale, omukyala ali mu nnimiro akeera okutegekera bbaawe ekyokulya mu luko ogumu ogwebweyongedde, agenda kugoba atya omusajja atambuza empapula z'okwewandiisa ali e Mairikiti oba ali ebyabazza oba ekyabalanzi. Abantu abamu bano tebavanga na miruka gyabwe, bazaaliddwa omwo, bafumbiddwa omwo, mwe bakulidde, mwe baweereredde n'abaana. Kati omugamba agobe omukulu wa Electoral Commission afubutuke mu muluka gwe alinye boda kubanga si wakutambuza bigere engendo mpanvu ddala. Alinye boda gy'atalina era gy'atasobola na kulinnya kubanga n'olukumi takola ki? Talulina. Omugamba asale ensalosalo agende mu muluka omulala asobole okwewandiisa. Ekintu ekyo kirese nga abantu baffe bangi tebasobodde kwewandiisa, kirese nga abantu baffe bangi tebasobodde kebera nkalala kumanya oba ddala kwe bali ku nkalala oba tebaliiko. Era bwe twogerera kati tulina abantu bangi abateewandiisizza ate nga n'eddiso bapiso nabo bakyagaanidde mu kwewandiisa n'abapya nabo batidde kukola ki? Twagala Electoral Commission etereze zino structures n'ebirala. Ekisemberayo ddala special interest groups zigenda kulonda mu mwezi gw'omukaaga. Special interest groups omuli abavubuka, omuli abakadde, omuli abantu abaliko obukosefu ku mibiri oba abaliko obulemu ku mibiri, persons with disabilities, omuli n'abakozi. Bonna bateekeddwa okuba nga batandika okulonda okuviira ddala ku byalo. Mu Uganda kitegeeza nti abakazi fe abasinga okukola ki? Obungi. Naye abakazi abasinga obungi mu ggwanga lino kuba Mwami Museveni atya abakazi abasinga nti tebamuwa kalulu, alemesezza abakazi okulonda. Era abakyala tetuliimu abagenda okulonda mu bululu bwaki? Bwa special interest groups mu June. We are asking ne mubaleka emabega n'essalabika. Tulina abaana n'ebyana mu gavumenti eno. Awe twagala Electoral Commission eveeyo etunnyonnyole lwaki women councils zo tebazitaddeko mu abo abagenda okulonda, nga we twogerera obukiiko bw'abakyala obukola eyo mu byalo n'okusoba. Kitegeeza abamu baafa dda, kati abantu batambula tebalina na bakulembeze ku byalo. Amaloboozi g'abakyala amaloboozi makulu nnyo mu nkulaakulana y'eggwanga lino. Buli womma omukyala ekifo wasobola okwogerera n'okulaakulanyiza banne ku kyalo, ku muluka, ku ggombolola, n'eno waggulu ku district paka ku national level. Kitegeeza nti osibiddeyo abakyala bangi n'ensonga zaabwe enkulu era olemesezza enkulaakulana mu ggwanga lino. People power. Our power. Ladies and gentlemen, let me call the following people to come and explain these issues variously so that we can know and highlight what is happening. I'm going to start with Honorable Christine Kaya. Please come and talk about voter registration exercise. Thank you.
People power. Our power. People power. I would like to remind this country that the voter registration is ending today, and what they term as community radios, which I call community microphones, have been shut down in some of the districts where we come from, like Chivoga. We are aware that the mobility of our women has a lot of limitations. This is a season where most women were concerned about taking back their children to school, and they had little time to follow up physically at the registration centers. So the community radios have been helping our women to know exactly where the registration kits would assemble in a parish and in the exact venue. And because we lacked these community microphones, it has been very difficult. A woman can rotate around the entire sub-county looking for the location of the kits, which has left many women giving up with the registration. And what we have also observed, that some sub-counties are represented by one woman council to the district. In the last elections, it was clear. They promised us that they would rectify it this time round. We still have very many women district councils representing more than one sub-county, which is not the same to the men. All sub-counties are represented by a councillor, one councillor per sub-county. But there are some sub-counties, 2 of them represented by one councillor. Then the voter verification, online verification, was not lined up with the physical verification. If I checked my votability online, there must have been a procedure for me to approve without physically going to register, the physical register. But here we are, you check yourself online, but you still have to physically to the registration point to tick yourself that I'm still alive, that I'm a voter, that I'm available. So based on the women's poor mobility and a lot of activities, reproductive activities in their households, it has become very difficult. And then our populations at the polling centers, we are calling on equitable distribution of voters at polling stations. You find that a polling station has more than 400 voters. And this one now delays the votability. That is why, for example, here in Uganda, the votability was at 60. Because if we are to calculate that a voter spends 5 minutes in a polling at a polling station, require 33 hours for 33 hours to complete elections. Yet we are only given 10 hours in a day to accomplish this exercise. So it is very, very crucial that the Electoral Commission looks at these numbers and thinks of reducing them. Somebody should not spend more than 2 hours lining up in sunshine. That means the polling stations populations must be distributed. Any polling station past 400 voters should be dissected, and that is when we shall have a bigger percentage of the votability of our women and Ugandans. Murufuti mu Luganda abatulaba n'abatuuliriza, ebizindaalo ebituyambako okukunga abantu okumanya nti kakati abawandiisa abaagala okulonda bali wano, byatemwako mu disitulikiti zaffe ezimu ebirekebwa. Awo tulaba nga waliwo okusosola. Kati ng'ewange Ekiboga ebizindaalo byasalwako. Kitubeeredde kizibu nnyo kunga abantu, era omukyala asobola okwetala mu ggombolola ng'anoonya kiiti we ziri paka lwagamba nze bintamye n'abivaako nga teyeekakasizza. Ekirala, omutimbagano ogwatuweebwa okwekebera nga togenze wali tegwakwasibwa bulungi. na kukakasa nti kakati ne bwe mba sigenze wali kwegolola mu register byange biwedde. Bandibadde bayongerako ka provision wakiri nga tuteekamu ekinkumu okukakasa nti nze yeekebedde online era nzikiriza nti wendi sinnafa tugende mu maaso. Naye ne bwe weeraba online era okyetaaga okugenda ku polling station oba wali we bawandiisiza weetiikinge. Ekyo abakyala abasinga naddala nga tuli mu biseera bya school fees n'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero ate nga abakyala be basinga okufa ku baana, obudde obugoberera ekyo tebabulina. Era ekyo tulaba nga kigenda kussa obungi bw'abakyala abaneetaba mu kulonda. Era twetegerezza nti amagombolola agamu omukyala omu yagakiikirira ku disitulikiti. Abaami bakansalazi ku magombolola babeera omwami ku gombolola limu, omwami ku gombolola limu, naye oweesanga nti waliwo omukyala ng'atwala amagombolola abiri. Kyali kyatusuubizibwa nti ku guno kinaatereera naye tekinnatereera. Ne weesanga nti amagombolola ago bwe gaba n'enkiiko ez'enjawulo n'abakyala abamu batya, n'agamba amagombolola abiri sijja gasobola. Era twagala polling stations twongere ku bungi bw'abakyala abeenyigira mu kulonda. Mulundi oguwedde on average wano ewaffe abantu balonda ebitundu 6 byokka, kubanga numbers eziri ku polling stations nyingi nnyo, ate mu bitundu ebirala olw'okusanga polling station eweza abantu 3. Naye wano ewaffe e Buganda omuli Kiboga weesanga nti polling station eriko abantu abasukka mu 4. Omuntu bw'aba waakumala minutes 5 eddakiika 5 walondera, abalonzi 4 tuba twetaaga essaawa 33, so nga ate amateeka g'okulonda gatuwa essaawa 10. Kitegeeza muba mututemyeko mu bugenderevu obutamaliriza kulonda. Tusaba Electoral Commission ekyetegereza omulundi guno nga tumaze okuverifyinga abanaalonda buli awali abasukka 4 polling stations zitemwemu, abakyala baffe basobole okutwala obuddakiika obutono nga bazze okulonda ate tulonde mu bungi. Ku lwa Katonda n'ensi yange Ssaabasajja Kabaka wangaala. People power. Our power.
Thank you very much, Honorable Christine. We also have Honorable Brenda of Kenya, who is going to talk about UC and PFP.
Thank you, Flavia. Comrades, I want to inform you that the Genome 7 and his wife, who doubles as First Lady and Minister of Education, they've killed the education sector. They found functional institutions in our country, but right now you can see we are mourning the demise of education in our country. We want to condemn this, because education is one of the fundamental pillars for development in our country. You kill education, you've killed a nation. As women of this country, we must stand up. We must fight for our country. We must talk about quality education. We must make sure schools are bettered. Comrades, you can see that 7 years ago, before the UPE results, we had many learners who joined school. But along the way, we lost 2 million and more children who did not complete to get UPE certificates. The Museveni government has never counted for learners we lose along the way, and majority are always young girls. We should demand for this. We should account to our people, because they bring in the money we take as capitation, they bring in the money as taxes that we use to build classrooms. There's a gap, and this government is intentional killing education. When you kill education, you kill the future human resource. I call upon all of you to stand and we demand. The reason why we are here is for us to understand what is going on. We tell our other women everywhere in the markets so that they can stand and demand. Honorable Flavia has informed you about the competence-based curriculum in the secondary school. This curriculum was launched 4 years ago. The government has had 4 years to bring in the USE, HSC curriculum. that continues from those 4 year cohort learners. But this government has failed. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no curriculum for our learners who have just graduated from UCD. Are you aware? The Uganda National Curriculum Development Center has been demanding for 13 billions to roll out a curriculum, to give it to the trained teachers, put equipment in school so that our children can learn. Do you know how much goes to State House on a daily basis? So we have substituted education to facilitating a family, one family, that has become a liability for our country. Ladies and gentlemen, you must understand that a person who kills education does not mean well for Ugandans. We must demand that this dictator gets out of office with his family. It is time we get rid of this dictator. We better our institutions. It's not only education, but you have seen what Honorable Kaya said. How do we start asking for more time? They should have known that every parish needs equipment, but we are the ones speaking. Actually, at the end of the day, they've lost it. I stop.
People power, our power. Thank you very much. Honorable Nabu Kenya Jango tuwe Uganda dachikemu. Tuyoke tweyongereyo.
People power. People power. Basabe n'abanyabo Museveni ne mukyala we basse ebyenjigiriza mu nsi yaffe. Kyova olaba nga tulina abaana abasukka mu miliyoni 2 abatandika primary naye tebamaliriza primary. Kitegeeza nti oba bafa, oba bafuna embuto, oba bazadde baabwe baavu, naye gavumenti ya mwami Museveni tevangayo kunyonyola emyaka gy'amaze mu buyinza 39. Basebo ne bannyabo botta ebyenjigiriza oba ossa ensi. Twandibadde tetwogerana ku byanjigiriza. Kiswaza omuntu okuba pulezidenti nga mukyala we ate ye minisita w'ebyenjigiriza. Kyenva mulaba ng'ensi yaffe egenda ekoona, n'olwekyo ng'abakyala kulembeze, abakyala bannayuganda, abakyala abava eri wansi ababeera mu bantu, tulina okuyimirira tubasabe bagende. Bassa ensi yaffe, basanga ne gavumenti ezasookawo zazimba amasomero, si be bagazimbye, Obote Amini be bagazimba. Naye katutunuulira ebiva mu bibuuzo bitutabudde. Tetuyinza kumala na muntu afuuse liability mu nsi yaffe, famire ye bagala oluguudo essaawa 5 ayitewo nga tulinda ye, oyo aba takyagasa nsi yaffe. Basebo ne bannyabo, ensonga ya curriculum eya HSC oba eya higher gwe bagiyita higher eyo mu bantu baffe, gavumenti ebadde n'emyaka 4 okutereeza ensomesa curriculum naye yalemererwa. Muyinza okwetegereza nti akakiiko akateekawo curriculum, National Curriculum Development Center keetaaga obuwumbi 13, naye nga buli lunaku mwami Museveni ne famire ye mu nyumba ye bafuna ssente ezisukka mu miliyoni 5. Kitegeeza bw'ogattagatta ensimbi z'abaana ezandibadde zikola curriculum ziriibwa mu State House buli lunaku. Basabo ne bannyabo, eno gavumenti elemereddwa. This government has failed. Elemereddwa okwata ku byenjigiriza, elemeddwa okuteeka ensimbi z'omusolo mu byenjigiriza n'ebizza mu bitayamba nsi. Gavumenti ya mwami Museveni esse ebyenjigiriza, esse ensi yaffe Uganda.
People power. Atunene eddoboozi ly'omuvubuka ali mu mitengo gya youth elections. Fenga abakyala twekabira bate bakubiriza abavubuka okugenda okwerinza n'okwewandiisa.
The women wing, and currently the secretaries for female affairs of the youth council are the only eligible, or are the only people who are still leaders whose term has not yet expired as we talk of now, because for them they were voted in 2020 and their term will be ending in 2025. So any young woman there who does not have women to work within the Women Council. The work has become more difficult, and as young people, we are also calling out to Electoral Commission and this government to take women issues very importantly and have Women Council elections held during these general elections. That will even be easier because their term will always be corresponding with other terms of offices. I am Maria Ledokwaska Natabi, the Secretary for Youth in charge of Eastern Uganda, and I'll be speaking about the youth elections that are upcoming. You've seen us mobilizing you, our good leaders, and all people, especially the young people, to go and ensure that they are registered. Why we've been doing this is because we have almost half of the members of the youth councils who are going to be new and who must first be eligible to be voted for, to register for them to be members of the National Youth Council. We have people running between the age of 18 and 23 who were not voters in the past election, but the law mandates Electoral Commission to register and maintain youth council registers in the villages. So you being a young person does not guarantee you to be a member of the village youth council. You first have to register with the Electoral Commission because that is what the law says. Therefore, you will be able to vote for your village youth council committee after registering. So if you've not registered within this time, chances may be slim. That is why as young people we are calling Electoral Commission and everyone that is concerned to extend this polling period because it is very important for all young people, especially the new voters, to get assigned to polling stations that they want. Most of our young people were registered while they are still in schools. For example, I have very many people in Jinja who were registered in Wakiso because that is where they go to school from, but they need to be assigned a polling station in Kakira or in Busede where they vote from. And this time was not enough, just like Honorable Kaya has put it right with all those challenges. We therefore also ask all leaders and everyone that wishes to see change in this country, Uganda. Honorable has talked about very big issues in the education system. This education majorly affects young people, and we've seen this government cannot plan for us anymore because whichever plan they bring, the plan they bring is to fail us. I'll give you an example. The UPE program they run, they're always saying, let everyone pass, but at the end, the quality of students or the quality of pupils we are producing are not able to compete on an international scene. Yet in Uganda, we don't have local content that you must have, you will be given a privilege because you are Ugandan to get a certain job. Therefore, we are calling upon government to do what it's supposed to do, as we also work in outseating it. If you mobilize young people, 99 candidates in each and every village of Uganda, you will have the biggest structure that can outseat Museveni and his entire dictatorship. Those people will be able to do each and everything. Thank you very much. I call upon women to always call young women into your spaces, and I thank you for this opportunity. In Luganda or in Lusoga, ensonga ed'abavubuka edisinga bungi, especially abavubuka abawala oba abaguna editwafectinga bwe tuba n'obukiiko bw'abakyala obuzirawo kuba ekisanda kyabwe kyawaawo. Kitegeeza nti abavubuka abawala bazira abantu bajjakola nabo kusoosawaza nsonga d'abakyala, era buzibu gye tuli. Era tusaba Electoral Commission eteewo obululu bw'obukiiko bw'abakyala mu kalulu kano ke tuli kweta general elections, era nga ku nsonga eyo n'endala ey'abavubuka okuboneka nga bakola tuli kukunga abavubuka okujja okwewandiisa. Aye saawa dino ekiseera kibaire kitono era abavubuka bonabona tibasoboire kukungibwa, abandi tibasoboire kwewandiisa olw'emiziziko ed'endawulo demukozeeki demuboine era demwogeire ku wano. Abavubuka abayako okutandikira ku myaka 18 n'emyaka 3 tibasoboire kwewandiisa, ate nga kakwakuliza okuba nga weewandisisa ne electoral commission okusobola okuboneka nga wenyigira mu byokulonda eby'abavubuka. Era nga tulisaba nti batwongere obwire tusobole okuboneka nga tukyusa eggwanga lino bwe tutandika n'akalulu ako ak'abavubuka. Abavubuka omwenda banaaba babise ku buli kyalo, tujja kuba n'amagye mu iwanga lyona yona okutoola ku omusaada Museveni n'abantu be bonabona. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire irala. Abategeera olusoga n'Oluganda mba mutegeera olusoga, Luganda lumenefumenefu olw'olusoga. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire irala.
People power! Kunga bakyala kunga! Kunga bavubuka kunga! Olusoga lumenefumenefu ate Oluganda lusoga. Let me invite the Deputy President, Western Region, Mama Jolie. Come and please give your submission. Thank you very much.
Mwebale munonga Honorable Flavia, abakyala nimbalamusya munonga, nimbaleetera endamusyo ku rugo mu Western Uganda. Netubakunda munonga. Nyowe nyenda kugamba akyeshonga ya munywani witu Dr. Kiza Besigye. Museveni turukwenda kweshenjereza bati nitugamba aha bushoborozi obwahirwe Supreme Court kwerekera omushiija. Then aha kigambo ky'obwegese koku bataahi banje bakigambaho tulina okushasha munonga kureba ngu karicuramu mukagivurunga, mwamara kugivurunga muteteekanize. Abaana bashomire emyaka 4 muri kukimanya muri baza kuza HSC bahika kuza HSC mutine kimuteekanize omukaricuramu eyi bari kuzamu. Turi sure yana baguma omukaricuramu enkuru ninga nibaza kuguma omuzya. But nekitali ekyo, I would like to put this across that even when you were transitioning into the competence-based curriculum, we weren't prepared. We were not given enough facilities. The schools do not have the infrastructure that would give ability for individual handling of children, even as they are trained in the new curriculum. There are schools that are really overcrowded, where we cannot really excel in that performance. It's annoying that there are trees that still are counted as classrooms. We need to purposely budget for the education and give it the utmost attention that it requires. I call upon teachers, parents, stakeholders, students, and whoever to join the team. Let's protest against the education that is crumbling. Let us come up in big numbers and inform Museveni. I don't know what qualifications he has to prepare for the education of this country. I do not know what qualifications the Minister of Education has to plan for our children, but as a mother, I'm concerned about the education of our children. Please, mothers, let's rise up. We need educated children. We need children with a bright future. And for that, we need to strengthen and advocate for policies that will really make our children better citizens of the nation for a bright future for them. Thank you.
People power! Our power! NUP! Everywhere! As we are coming to the end of this press conference with the Deputy President Northern Region going to come, I want to first of all just mention these announcements. We have the Women's Day event that we have organized as NUP Women League. We know that every year Women's Day is celebrated every 8th of March. But this, as a party, we are going to organize our Women's Day as National Unity Platform on the 10th of March. Kindly mark your calendars. That's when we are going to have all women of Uganda collecting, converging to highlight different issues that are suffocating women of Uganda. But it's also a time to celebrate some of the wins that women have gained over years for women of Uganda. So we shall have it on the 10th of March, and it's going to be held in the Western region. It's going to be in Masindi district. Tugenda kweyana olunaku lw'abakyala nga buli mwaka bwe tukuza olunaku lw'abakyala mu nsi yonna ng'ennaku z'omwezi 8. Naye ng'ekibiina tugenda kukuza olunaku lw'abakyala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogujja ogwokusatu. Olunaku luno tugenda dukuliza mu Western region ewa Mama Jolly nga Deputy President waffe mu district y'e Masindi. Abakyala mwenna tubakunga era tubayita ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 ffenna tugende e Masindi tusobole okwegatta ku bakyala b'eyo mu Western region okuza olunaku lwaffe. Ekyo njagadde nkyogere mukitegeere kubanga sigenda kudda ku muzindayo nga President amaze okukola ki okwogera. Ekisemberayo ddala, this is a notification to the Inspector General of Police, and I want us to listen to it attentively. We recently saw PLU marching, protesting peacefully on the streets of Kampala, taking a petition, marching against corruption at Parliament. And the police escorted them, gave them all the protection they needed without any interference. And at the end of the day, we saw them taking sodas and drinking water together, and some were even taking some alcohol together. We are also putting them on notice that on the 24th of February, this will be on Monday at 10 a.m. The Women League of the National Unity Platform has organized a peaceful march to Parliament in which we shall deliver a petition to the Speaker of Parliament regarding the 18 NUP supporters who are still missing to date, having been abducted by security operatives between 2019 and 2021. We shall also deliver a petition regarding the NUP supporters who are in detention without trial in violation of the Constitution, the Supreme Court decision, and other laws. We intend to march from NUP headquarters here at Makerere Kavule on 24th February 2025, Monday, at 10 a.m. and deliver the petition at midday at the Parliament of Uganda. And we are expecting all women of Uganda to join us in this cause, because we are also marching to free Dr. Kizza Besigye, Obed Lutale, Bobby Young, the Machetes, and so many of our comrades that are still in the General Court, Marshal, and those that have been detained without trial. So accordingly, we wrote this letter signed by me, the chairperson of the Women League, to the Speaker of Parliament, to the Inspector General, and they already received their copies. So the same way they gave security to the PLU protesters is the same way we are also challenging them to give us the security to march, to take our petition to Parliament here on Monday at 10 a.m. all the way to Parliament. Nagadde mbategeeza abakyala mwenna nti PLU twagirabye poliisi egiwa obukuumi, ebashieldinga ne ku musana, ebayamba batuule bulungi mu kaweweevu, tewali tiyagaasi yenna yakola ki? Yabakubibwa. Wabula kyebabakola babawakulwenda olw'otuzi banyweko, ne babawaayo ku soda banyweko, kwegamba ne babawaayo ne ku mwenge nga babakulisa okwekalakaasa okw'emirembe. Naffe ng'abakyala ba NUP tuvuddeyo ne tuwandiikira IGP, Inspector General of Police, nga tubagamba, ne tuwandiikira ne Speaker wa Parliament nga tubateeka ku notice era nga tubategeeza nti ku lunaku lwa bbalaza ejja ng'ennaku z'omwezi 24 omwezi guno ku ssaawa 4 twetegese okutambulira nga tutandikira wano okwekalakaasa okw'emirembe nga tugenda ku Parliament y'eggwanga eno okutwala okwemulugunya kwaffe ewa sipiika wa palamenti eno okumutegeeza ku bantu baffe 18 abakyavundira mu makomera abatamanyiwa we bakola ki we bali, n'okubategeeza ku bantu baffe abakyali mu makomera abakwatibwa ng'okutuusa kati tebasalirwanga musango, n'abo abakyali mu general court martial ng'ate supreme court ruling n'amateeka amalala gayisa dda ti gye bakwatiddwa si we bateekeddwa okubeera, okuli Dr. Kiza Besigye gwe twalabye afaananga bw'afaanana, Obedi Lutale, Obiyanga, Machete n'abalala bonna be mumanyi obulungi, abantu baffe, abamu mikwano gyaffe, abamu babba baffe, abamu baana baffe abakyavundira mu makomera ebitali mu mateeka. So mbakunga mwenna abakyala abali wano, kunga aba Women League, kunga kumande ffenna tukomewo wano tusisinkane wano, tugenda kwegwattibwako abakyala baba bonna be tugenda okunga okuva mu Uganda yonna. Mujje tutwale ekiwandiiko kyaffe ku sipiika wa palamenti nga tumugamba bannaffe bano basobole okukola ki. Ate poliisi ya Uganda twagala mutuwe obukuumi, mutuwe ne ku mazzi, mutuwe ne ku soda nga bwe twalaba muwabaani ba PLU bwe bagenda okwekalakaasa. Naffe mutulire ku manvuuli mutubikkeko ng'akasana katukola ki. Tetwagala kulabawo tiya gaasi yadde akacupa n'akaki. Tetwagala kulaba mukyala yenna gwe bayoola mbu bali mu kwekalakaasa eby'eddembe. Wabula twagala mutuwerekere nga banakazadde b'eggwanga tutuuse obuwomulugunya baffe eri sipiika wa palamenti y'eggwanga lino. Abakyala bakulu, abakadde, abavubuka, ffenna tugenda kubeerawo mu bungi okutuusa ensonga eno paka ng'abantu baffe bateereddwa. Kunga abakyala, kunga. With that, I want to invite the Deputy President Northern Region to come and share her message, and we conclude our press conference. Thank you very much.
People power, people power, people power, women power, everywhere, everywhere. The chairperson Women League, Honorable Flavia, and with your entire Women League team, especially our beloved, your deputy, Rahma, who is also a commissioner. Yes, we have to celebrate. May I have all the women members of parliament here present rise up. People power, our power. People power. May I have all the women councillors rise up, please. We have to celebrate. People power, everywhere, AUP. May I have all the women foot soldiers? Please, rise up, rise up. Today is our day. Women foot soldiers, women foot soldiers. May I have the gallant women from Eastern Uganda, rise up, because today is our day also to celebrate Eastern Uganda, the land of the wise women. The women from Western Uganda here present. The women from Northern Uganda. Where are you? Come. Ubin. Yole. The women from India here present. And you, our fourth estate, solid the media team, we want to thank you. We want to celebrate your patience because this press conference was scheduled to start at 10 a.m. and by 9:30 you were all here. But some of you also had to go another place. We had so many events and we want to celebrate that we are on demand as a party. We want to celebrate that. Thank you so much, the media. You are all over and making sure that you know the events are captured. Why today the women's press conference? What is our take home? As women, we had 5+ issues. As usual, we always have other issues, and we multitask. Honorable, you ably did that. We needed a whole day, but press conference is a press conference. On behalf of the leadership of National Unity Platform Party, on behalf of our very able President, His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu Obini, on behalf of the NEC, under whose authority we are here, on behalf of the mobilization. I saw our mobilization secretary, we have been mobilized extensively, and I want to thank all of you present. You have left everything aside and patiently listened and advised. People were even saying, add HIV. People are saying, no. Message. You understand? So that is how accessible and flexible and how informed we are. 3 things of SOCA. The first one, voter registration is very important. Why is it being done very maliciously and selectively? We demand that transparently executed. But even then, we continue to ask the hard questions in Uganda, especially in other regions where this Museveni knows, where this government knows that their support has been vividly, as that support which is not there, the dwindled support, the lack of trust is so vivid, and people have woken up. They have really demanded that they exercise their right, and they have protected their votes and their voices in terms of voting. They have decided to make sure the voting space and exercise is very difficult, 400+ people, voters, and checking alone, even just checking the voter register is a very, very big hurdle. People are so constrained. The timing, very malicious. But even within that, we are going to arise. We need to continue to reinvent ways to participate, and our voices are reflected. Please check your name, and if there are any hurdles, please bring it to the attention and the office of the Women League, because we'll do whatever is necessary to ensure we participate in a level ground. We youth, we totally are with you, because we were also as youth. Now we are youth mentally, isn't it? Yes. So we need to document this exclusion. We need to document this stifling of our voices. We need to reclaim our voices by right. The second issue we spoke about, and which we intend to highlight even more, is about running for the offices. Women, we must rise and run in all possible. It is very important. Let's run this race in complementarity. Let's paint all the spaces available red. No, without fear, without favor, but with affection and in complementarity. Run. Then finally, the issue of the gross abuse, continued gross abuse of human rights. The Supreme Court, among other very, very many avenues, Ugandans tried to stop the continued illegal space occupied by the court martial in terms of trials. Actually, it was the Attorney General who appealed against the decision of the Court of Appeal in 2021. This year, that is January 31st, a Supreme Court landmark ruling was delivered for Ugandans. The result is what we want to hear, not legal jargon, not excuses that, you know, we need how many files from where. All we just want is our people released. Simple. Because they are being held illegally. What is illegal is illegal. You cannot start saying, now we are getting the files, they need to be transferred before the magistrate or the other judges. What is wrong is wrong. We demand, as the women of Uganda, unconditionally, immediate, forthwith release of all those people held in prison. We demand it. We demand it. We also demand from Monday, when we are going to be delivering our petition, by that time we would like to see these prisoners already released, because these are prisoners of conscience. The Supreme Court, the highest court in this land, has pronounced itself in broad daylight that the military court, or the general military court, is not a court, it is a tribunal. It is a disciplinary tribunal for military. Now, it is not a court. What is not a court is not a court. And all proceedings that have been going within that illegal space is illegal ab initio. Illegal, void to the extent of their illegality. When something is void, it is void. When something is illegal, it's illegal. We cannot start repairing and say, now, you see, we can actually, it is like something some good meat has fallen in sand. Then you are saying, no, it is already rotten, it's already bad, spoiled. You say, no, let us try to, you can't clean it, you say you can't. It is already soiled. Throw it away to the dogs. And that's where the court martial needs to go, to the dogs. The dogs have come to it, now let it go. And all we demand is the release of our innocent people. We demand the unconditional. There is no more condition, rather beyond the Supreme Court ruling. Attorney General, do not start to blow off the sand on that meat, that rotten meat, please. We need to be, yes. And the prisons, you are holding those people illegally. Open the doors. Let them be released. We are with Winnie Byanyima, her beloved husband, held under very, very deplorable situation, illegally. Illegally. Right now, his health, we are worried. Winnie, Honorable Winnie Byanyima, we are with you in solidarity as the women of Uganda. Thank you so much, Honorable Flavia, for giving us the platform today to air out, to come in solidarity. I believe we will need, even before Monday, we need to have a vigil. We need to have our vigil here to mourn, to pray. We did it in northern Uganda. You people came. We did it. We did it. People, women from Luero walked and marched to northern Uganda. That time, the junta had refused to talk to us about peace talks and about women being in Juba. What happened? The power of women, we mobilized together, women from Western Uganda. We went to Parliament, through Luero, by the time we reached Gulu, the man who had refused to see us flew with a helicopter to Gulu. Yes! That's how powerful women mobilization is. We did it for northern Uganda. We are going to do it for the rest of Uganda. I want to conclude by saying Women League continue to give us these spaces. We need to continue every day to reflect, to demand and add our voices and even have more of you share your realities. This is our space. We occupy it by right. This is our country. We are here equal by right. And we are the mothers of the nation. And we are making this demand as life givers. As life givers. By-election Kawempe! By-election Kawempe! You know, in a struggle where there are women, very organized women, determined women you can't buy, women you can't intimidate, women who have gone through the furnace of fire and have come out as ions in politics, like the Flavia, like Honorable, you know, Kawempe, we are coming in full swing. We are here in full swing. We are waiting. In fact, the president has already flagged us off. So we need now to organize as the women. Madam Zewere, Northern Uganda, we are still fearing. I don't know why. I know she is our voice. She speaks. She is in charge of policy. I'm no longer feeling alone. Many more of you should rise up. When a revolution is anchored with women, credible women, great women, that revolution is going to succeed. We must this struggle and we need to continue to feed it and breastfeed it until we're in a new Uganda. Our before Minangiri, Flavia Mina, our before Andro, Ale, our before Feokwini Waro, Anira, Edo Yopi Andodi. We need to come on Monday to march to Parliament. Wabino, Miru Wabino, one chairman, one wemba, one in Parliament, one Jomakiti Fun with Butch. Mirgo Ako Bien Buchen is illegal. When you are our for the Minangiri, as in Miworo City, the Amuki Peredule, the Amuki Anikira, Uganda, the Amani, Aleki Uganda Chokokoko. People power! Our power! Our default.
Our default. People power! Our power! Our default, our team from Northern Uganda, especially the Deputy President, Mama Lina Zedriga. Can we give another round of applause to our two Deputy Presidents? Thank you very much. And as we come to the end of this press conference, I want to convey these apologies from the various members of Parliament who are unable to join us, but they sent in their apologies. Honorable Naluima Betty from Wakiso, they have some Nikolo in their area. Honorable Hanifa Nabukela also apologizes. Honorable Namuga Goreti from Maogola also sent in her apology. They wanted to be with us, but they already held up by some other engagements. The media would like a photo of the various leaders here, the deputy presidents and the members of Parliament. When we finish here, as soon as we close the presser, we are going to be here for a photo, and then some other leaders. For their archives, they've requested that they want to use it for something. Then, there are three deputy presidents, there are three old ladies I want to introduce to you who are seated with us here. We usually have some who come here and be part of our engagements. But today we have three new ones that have carried themselves to this place for the very first time to be part of our space. And I want to introduce them to you, Deputy Presidents, so that you can see them. Tubeera n'abakyala ab'enjawulo nga bwe nabanyonnyodde nga tutandika abatwegattako buli kaseera. Naye tulina jjajja Nuuku be tutera okubeera nabo wano. Namulabyeko awo oba omulala yagenzeyo. Naye waliwo n'abapya abatwegase jangu oyanirize banno leero. Mukyala Nakintu Robina ne ttiimu omulundi gwabwe ogusoose okugira ddala ku kitebe kyaffe wano maaso. Njagala muyite wano maaso mujje mubuuzeeko ku badeputy president baffe. Tubeebaza okutwegattako bajjajja. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala okujja. Nsaba ekifaananyi wano maaso ne badeputy president. Nsaba mubeere wano maaso tufune ekyo ekifaananyi nammwe. bananga abakadde nabo tutambula nabo era tubaaniriza